What's up? What's up, everybody? You are tuned into the Cris
And Mal.
podcast, episode 152, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Whatever you're doing, you're at work, you're at home, whatever you're doing, we appreciate you tuning in. You're listening on the playback. We appreciate you too. Subscribe, like, and share. We got a lot of things to get into. NFL free agency has kicked off. It's going crazy right now. We got NBA stuff to talk about. And we got other things to talk about. Before I get into that, Maul, what is going on?
Not much, man. Feeling good, bro. Ready to get this show going, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling better, man. Feeling a lot better than what I was. It was a rough last week for me, but
Mm,
I'm back. I'm
glad
back,
you feel
baby.
better.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about it, man. NFL free agency has kicked off.
Yeah.
Um, Deals all over around. Starting from last week. Um, But especially this weekend, we had the DK Metcalf getting traded to the Steelers for a second round pick. Devontae Adams, he signs to the Rams to
Mm,
a 3 year deal, or 2 year deal, 46 million, 26 guaranteed. Um, you get Nick Bolton, he signs his deal, 3 years. Where I got it right here, 3 years, 45 million, 30 million guaranteed. Um, Miles Garrett gets the biggest contract for defensive end, 123 million guaranteed, 40 million per year makes him the highest paid defensive end. Your Raiders get Geno Smith for a third round pick. Sam
mm,
Darnold just got paid today, 3 years, 110 million to 55 million guaranteed to the Seahawks. Justin Fields just got paid by the Jets, 2 years, 40 million, 30 million guaranteed. Ronnie Staley stays with the Ravens for 3 years, 60 million. The other left tackle, Dan Moore Jr., he got paid by the Tennessee Titans, 84 years, 82 million, 50 million. My Chiefs signed left tackle Jalen Moore from the Niners, 2 years, 30 million, 21 point some odd and some change, uh, guaranteed. Carlton Davis, he signed a 3 year deal, 60 million. Where did he go? I didn't write it down.
cool.
Carlton Davis, where did he go?
Mm, I forgot.
What's going on, Sean? Um, Chris Godwin stays with
Patriots.
the
He went to Patriots.
Patriots. That's right. Jack. Chris Godwin stays with the Buccaneers for a 3 year, 60 million, 44 guaranteed. Uh, Tofunga, he signed with the Broncos for 3 years, 45 million, 20 million guaranteed. Josh Palmer just signed with the I just saw the Bills, three
Yeah.
years, 36 million, 18 million, and then Josh Sweat, defensive end, signed 4 years, 76.4 millions. What's that? What is that? 19 million guaranteed. Probably a little bit more than that, but oh yeah, J.C. Horn got paid too
Panthers.
by the Panthers. He got a 4 year extension. Well, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I know he got paid pretty well. I think he's the highest paid corner right now. What's your thoughts, man? How you feeling?
Obviously it's a very interesting free agency. Like I'll start with my Raiders real quick. I was a little surprised by the pick with Geno Smith. I know I did hear a couple of rumblings about it, but honestly, I'm not mad with that pickup. I know Geno Smith gets a lot of hate. He's been a pretty decent quarterback. You know what I mean? Obviously, you keep hearing it all over the TV where he's like one of the most accurate QBs that's playing in the league right now. Obviously, he'll be behind a better offensive line. Obviously, we still need some wide receiver talent. I was hoping we could get Chris Godwin, but after seeing that number, I'm kind of happy that we didn't. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we, look maybe at Keenan Allen or something like that. Maybe also in the draft. I think that's another way we might go. Um, As far as everybody else, I'm liking what the Commanders are doing. I liked a lot as far as like what they did. You know, Debo, they got Javon Kinlaw. I actually liked a couple of those pieces. Um, I really like the Devontae Adams to the Rams. I think that was a home run hit for them. No matter my personal feelings about Devontae, we all know Devontae is one of the best receivers. And you add him with Puka, that's definitely an upgrade. And I really like Cooper Kupp, but I think everybody can consistently say that, you know, Devontae Adams is an upgrade over Cooper Kupp. You know, he's more healthier. He's just a better overall receiver compared to Cooper Kupp. And then you add him with Puka. I think that's going to be a dynamic offense with what they already have, and including with that defense, man, the Rams definitely got to be one of the NFC favorites going into next year. So I really do like that. You know, Sweat going to the Cardinals. I really did like that. The Joshua Palmer to the Bills. I'm really surprised that he is going there. I didn't think they would have the money for him, but you know they were able to sign him. So I'm pretty. I think that's a really good move as well. As far as you guys, I don't know how you personally feel about a couple of your pickups. I'm not surprised that you guys kept Nick Bolton. I don't know how you feel about the number or anything like that, but you got that. I saw you guys picked up Elijah Mitchell. I like Elijah Mitchell. He just has a problem with his health a little bit from time to time, but he's definitely an explosive back. You pair him with Isaiah Pacheco, I think that could be really good. Obviously, I think there's still some questions on that offensive line, me personally, but you know what I mean? There's other ways that you guys can address that. It doesn't have to be free agency. It can also be in the draft. You know what I mean? So, you also have that. And then I think that defensive line, that defense from the Philadelphia Eagles is getting hit pretty bad right now. You know what I mean? Especially that defensive line. Obviously, the back end is still really, really good. And I think that defense is still top tier, but taking a couple of those hits, you don't have those guys for that rotation, keeping those guys, Green and all them, with all that energy, you know what I mean? Because they're able to rotate so many guys in and out. You could see a little bit of downfall with that defense, but overall, I think it still be pretty good. I'm kind of curious to see what other dominoes do take effect. Justin Fields going to the Jets. I think that was more so for him having an opportunity to play QB. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers need to make a move at quarterback, especially with that move with DK Metcalf. I can't picture them keeping. I can't picture DK Metcalf wanting to play with Russell Wilson. I just can't picture that. I think they need to go ahead and swing for the fences for Aaron Rodgers. Just go ahead and sign that deal, get that done, because at the end of the day, there's really not anybody else that you can really trust on the football. I know Aaron Rodgers, I think he played pretty well towards the end of the year. I think he'll be behind a better O-line with the Pittsburgh Steelers and, with DK Metcalf and everybody else that's on that offensive side. I think it's a semi upgrade, you know what I mean? But and with that defense too, I expect that defense to play a little bit better as well. I think they need to get that done. I think that's very critical for the Pittsburgh Steelers to get that deal done with Aaron Rodgers, or you're pretty much looking at Russell Wilson or Daniel Jones, and that's not really nothing to be riding home about. So that's kind of like just my overall feels with free agency, man. What's yours?
Well, I'll go ahead and start with my team. The Nick Bolton deal, I have no problem with it. 50 million a year. That's the price. That's the market price right now. He got in between that. So I'm not tripping about that. I like Nick Bolton. The tackle that we signed today, it's more on upside. That's why they gave him a 2-year deal. He's a young cat. He filled in for Trent Williams when Trent was hurt, which was most of the season last year. So, and he did pretty. He was a solid tackle, and that's all we need. We need solid tackle, left tackle work. They'll probably put Kingsley at left guard. We still got Trey on the franchise tag. I'm sure they'll try to work out a long-term deal. We still got Creed Humphrey, and then Jawan Taylor will be on the right side for at least one more year. So that'll probably be our offensive line. We'll probably still, draft somebody in like second, third round maybe. But with this signing, they're in this money that they're giving this kid, they're saying you're the left tackle, sir. So
yeah.
So that'll probably be our offensive line, and I'm fine with that. At least they went out there and they addressed it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just sit back and sit on their hands and be like, we'll just bring back DJ Humphrey. So, whatever. Right. They went out there and went and got somebody who has upside. So I'm not mad at that. Elijah Mitchell, I'm with you. I like that pickup. He's got, when he's healthy, the kid got juice on the field.
He does, yeah.
He's got burners. So, and that's what we need. We need a running back who can cut and go. Yeah, man, hit his head on the goalpost. So, and he can catch out of the backfield. So that's something that that we Gardner a lot. with our running backs catching out of the backfield. Andy Reid, he likes his running backs who can catch. So I still think we'll draft somebody like in the later rounds, but this is a good pickup for him and Isaiah Pacheco to be kind of that 1-2 punch, and then maybe you add the young guy in there too. So um, I we defer on this. I like us getting Hollywood back. He knows the system. He can come in. What I'm saying, it ain't no whatever. He could just come in and do his thing. So I'm not mad. And what we signed him for, I'm fine with that. It's only 6 million. That's cool. Um, as far as other teams go, I'm with you with the Devontae Adams. When I saw that him going to the Rams, I was like, that's a good pickup for the Rams. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He's unfortunately Cooper Cup, he just can't stay healthy, man. He still can play. He can't stay healthy. And
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, he can't stay healthy. I think he is an upgrade with him and Puka Nakua. That's a nice little
That
tandem
might
right
be the
there.
best tandem in the league right now.
And they re-signed Tutu Atwell, who's going to be a good number 3 for them. So, yeah, there's going to be a nice little tandem with Matthew Stafford back and the gang is back. Yeah, look out for the Rams this year. Might even win that division. Seattle getting Sam Darnold. It's going to be interesting to see how they do this. They're gonna have to get some now. They're gonna have to get some more receiving threats. I like
Like,
their running. They got good
yeah,
running backs, and that's a plus. With
they can't stay
Charbonnet,
healthy though.
yeah, they can. But Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker are still a good running back tandem. Maybe you add one more that can stay healthy. But um,
Like, let me ask you. Let me ask you. Let's stick with the Seahawks right now because do you really see Darnold having the same type of year with this unit than what he had with the Minnesota Vikings? I can't honestly see that because he had so much talent surrounding him with the Minnesota Vikings. He had Justin Jefferson, which we all say he's a top 2 receiver in the league. Joe Addison is one of the best 2s in the league. Aaron Jones is not no slouch. You had Hawkinson. You had that defense who played above than what any of us expected for them to play. I just can't see it. I think they're just so stripped down. Like I'm surprised Sam Darnold picked this situation because of where he was at. You know what I mean? I get it. The money's going to be there, so yeah, he's going to take the money because he probably wasn't going to get this anywhere else. But it's just like I'm very curious to know why, because it's kind of like a weird place. Because if you're getting Sam Darnold, you would want him to be surrounded by a whole bunch of talent, but then you literally just traded all your talent away. So,
yeah,
what is your message to your fan base with the Seahawks? I don't know. Like, I can't. I just can't see it.
yeah, I'm not sitting here saying that he's gonna have the same year with the Vikings, but you could do a lot worse. I'd say you going from Geno to Sam Darnold. I mean, that's apples to oranges to me. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I mean, I know Geno has been a little bit more consistent than Sam Darnold, but it's not like Geno is just light years ahead of Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
It's they just I got to see what other weapons they bring in uh, to complement JSN. Maybe they bring Tyler Lockett back on a cheaper deal if he doesn't get the market that he wants. Sometimes that happens. You cut a player because you don't want to pay him the price, and then they come back maybe on a year deal, cheaper deal. And if he comes back, then at least you got a little bit of stability with the number 2 wide receiver. You bring in a young guy, a rookie, maybe an Amika Ibuka, Matthew Golden, one of those guys, and then okay, your receiving core is not too bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see though. We got to see. And like I said, I'm not saying Sam Darnold's going to have the same year, but they could do a lot worse. Um, I'm not mad at what your Raiders did. I understand what y'all did with Geno Smith. You want a stability. That's what he's going to bring you. You're going to score points. I tell you that much. You're definitely going to score points. You just got to get a number 1 wide receiver. I think Jacoby Myers is a high end number 2, low end number 1. But if you guys get you a number 1 wide receiver, maybe you trade for a T. Higgins, or maybe you get somebody in the draft um, with Geno Smith, and then you got Brock Bowers. Um, Yeah. I think you guys are going to be formidable offense for sure. Defensively too, because you got Max Crosby back. Christian Wilkins will be back. Maybe you get
Need help
another
on that. We
rookie.
need help on that cornerback.
Yeah.
We got royally killed today with all the free agents. Like we lost Robert
Mhm.
Spillane. We
Yeah.
lost Trayvon Morig.
Yeah.
Nate Hobbs, he's still up in the air, man. So they definitely gotta get up as far as like on that back end because we're looking pretty weak.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all not in that. If I don't know if he's going to resign with the Vikings, but I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are in that Byron Murphy. Uh,
We should be. We should be.
Train.
I don't know what I feel like at this particular time. I think the Raiders are trying to play it smart. I know we have a lot of cap space available, but when you look at the Patriots, I think they're just throwing money at a lot of
They
these
are.
cats
Panthers
excessively.
too. Panthers
Panthers
too.
too. I get it. Maybe they feel like they can put themselves in a win now position, especially the way that quarterback play has been going. But I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to say the Patriots won probably this free agency, but I think they're paying a lot of guys over the price that I think a lot of people have them marketed at. So I think that's going to be a very curious situation a year or two down the line. Um, I love the DJ Reed to the Lions. I love that. I love that move for the Detroit Lions. I think they needed help on that back end. Um,
Hmm.
I like Reed. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think he
me
was
too.
a complimentary number two next to
Hmm.
Sauce Gardner. So you pair him with Terrion Arnold. I like that. I think that's a highly upgrade. I still think they need help on that D line for sure to help Aiden Hutchinson, especially coming off that leg injury. But I think the Detroit Lions are still going to be competing. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions and the Rams are the two favorites going into next year, along with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, the Bears just signed get Grady Jarrett, defensive tackle. I know he got released
That's
today.
pretty good.
But yeah, they signed him to a 3 year, $43 million deal, 28.5 guaranteed. So he'll be a veteran presence in that middle to go with Sweat, Montez Sweat. So they got a nice little defensive line. Probably add some more guys on that D line, but
What do you think about
that's,
their O line situation?
I think it's good. You got Tooney, you got Jonas. I think they signed somebody else too. So they trying to piece it together. I could see them probably going in the draft and get a young guy, maybe go on that left side or whatever. But they got some guys that they brought in, so I'm not mad at them. Um, I think Tennessee overpaid for Dan Moore Jr. I think Dan Moore Jr. He's okay, but the Steelers have been trying to replace him every year. They were trying to
Yeah.
draft his replacement every year, and they drafted one last year. And Broderick Jones, I think he's going to be the starter next year. So um, we'll see how that works out for Tennessee. I get it. Tennessee got the money. Sometimes you just got to overpay for your left tackle, but we'll see what direction Tennessee goes. But I think they overpaid. Um, what's your thoughts on the Miles Garrett situation?
Look, man. I know everything that he said about him not wanting to go to a winning situation, but when you get that kind of money thrown at your face, I think he could have got it anywhere. But it just showed that he really wanted the bread. I don't think he cared
Mhm,
about the winning situation.
mhm,
I think he's clearly happy being in Cleveland. He just wanted the money. He tried to use every kind of ploy so he could get that contract. I think that's what it really was at the end of the day. I know a lot of teams were kind of hoping that he would get traded, but the Browns made their firm stance, and lo and behold, Miles Garrett blinked at the money. So can I blame him? No. I think majority of us, if we were all in that position, would have definitely took that contract. I mean, he's the highest paid player outside of a quarterback in the NFL currently right now. I think Jamar Chase will take that throne over here whenever that does happen. I'm very curious to see what the Bengals do in their situations as far as like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. But with Miles Garrett, it is what it is, man. Congratulations to him to that big contract. Congratulations to the Browns for keeping him. I mean, that helps them still try to be contender as long as they can figure out that whole quarterback situation. I'm assuming they're going to be in the quarterback market as far as like in the draft. So at this point, man, congratulations to him, man. That's pretty much it.
yeah, for sure, man. I just it's gonna be it's just a very interesting free agency, and all the moves that are happening right now. Gonna be interesting to see where Aaron Rodgers goes. Does he go to the Steelers, or does he go to the Vikings? Because we're hearing the Vikings might be in the play.
If you're him, where
I'm
would you go? Where would
going
you?
to the Vikings. I'm not even thinking about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to the Vikings, bro. I'm going to throw to Justin Jefferson and Addison and Naylor and
It also
Hawkinson.
depends on the money that's being thrown at you. Like, let's say, like, they're willing to do like maybe like a 1 or 2 year deal. He's getting like 30 million. I'm just gonna throw out a bullshit number, like 30 million. But the Steelers are willing to give him like 60. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, if he wants to win, which I'm certain he wants to win, go to the Vikings. Go to the Vikings. I don't think it's gonna be the Steelers, because do you really want to be in that huddle with George Pickens and DK Metcalf? They're already going to be arguing over the number. I think I saw George Pickens say he's going to go back to number 1, and then he's going to give 14 to DK Metcalf or something. But still, that huddle is going to be so toxic, bro.
I'm open. No, I'm open.
Nah, man, it's going to be crazy. And then on top of that, it's like, even with DK, I think DK Metcalf and George Pickens are the same fucking receiver. Like, they don't run routes. They're more of like deep threats. Like, I don't know. You lost Najee Harris, which I don't think that's much of a loss, but you got a problem in that back end. Like, I like Warren, but you're gonna need another running back behind.
He gone too.
Oh, he left too?
He's a free agent.
I thought they kept him. I thought they re-signed him up or something. Oh shit. Hey, well, hey, I don't know. Look. If there's teams that I'm asking, I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's the Steelers, it's the Bengals, and it's honestly, to me, the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know what I get. I kind of understand what the San Francisco 49ers are doing. They have to clear up a lot of cap space for Brock Purdy. But I've said it. I think Chris has said it. I'm not paying Brock Purdy $45+ million. I'm not doing it. I think he should be in the realm of like Sam Darnold money. Like, if you're telling me 35 million, 110, 3 years or something like that, I can stomach that. I can't stomach Brock Purdy getting $50 million. Like, I just can't. Like, you're really gutting your team for what? For mediocre quarterback play. And it's just like, yeah, he did perform well, but he performed with talent around him. He performed with George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, a healthy Brandon Ayuk, a healthy Christian McCaffrey, with a top tier defense that was so good. Like, it helped you, make, oversee any mistakes that you were doing on the offensive side. He's not going to get that. Like, you lost Hufanga, you lost Ken Law, you losing Dre Greenlaw, you lost Charvarius Ward, you know what I mean? So you lost Deebo, Brandon Ayuk, who knows when he's going to come back, Christian McCaffrey, is he going to be able to stay healthy? San Francisco has a lot of questions. And then the Bengals, what are you waiting for? You're about to lose Henderson. T. Higgins, like, the more and longer you wait, his number is going up. I think with that deal, who just signed? Who signed? I forgot, but I think that hurts them as far as like the T. Higgins deal. But and then obviously you're waiting on. I don't know what you're waiting.
The Bengals just signed.
Nah, I think there was like another receiver that signed for some pretty decent money that might affect T. Higgins. I could be mistaken, but
just Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer signed.
You got Josh Palmer. You got Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin signed his deal. That's about it. Really, no receivers have really signed. I mean, other than Devontae Adams, of course, that deal.
Right. Well, no, the Metcalf deal. The Metcalf deal. The Metcalf deal. That's the deal. Because he got
like 4 years.
He got like 4 or 5 years for 100-some mil, 120 million, something, 125 million, something like that. Yeah. So I think that, like, I think T. Higgins is a better receiver than DK Metcalf. So he's going to ask more money than that. And then Jamar Chase, he's getting like 45 plus. He's getting 45 plus. So maybe there might be a way the Raiders can potentially trade for T. I don't know what that trade would look like, but that's just, I don't know. Those are just a couple of teams that I'm looking at. Like, I just don't know what you're doing. And then the Giants, Giants haven't really done anything as far as in free agency. I don't know what they're waiting for. Could they be in the Russell Wilson market for a quarterback? I could still see them drafting a quarterback, but I think you would want some veteran leadership, as far as their, for the transition period. But they've been quiet. My Raiders have been quiet. The Texans who did Texans get? They got
Christian Kirk.
They got Christian Kirk, so I do like that move. Are there who are your winners and losers so far as free agency right now?
I guess the Patriots. I do like Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez as a tandem, and then I
Hmm.
like the defensive line that they've signed. They got rid of the one defensive lineman, and then they signed Milton. Now Milton is not. He's kind of a rotational defensive back. I mean defensive tackle. So we'll see if he could be a starting level defensive tackle every snap. But I do like the moves they made. I like what else do I like? Because it's not like some most teams that just made like kind of like one move.
Hmm.
It's not like people are making like crazy moves, like three or four moves or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I guess the Patriots. Well, I would think the Texans would probably be a little bit more active with their offensive line,
I would assume I haven't seen
especially
anything
the
with them.
especially the interior, more so the interior.
Yeah, I haven't really heard anything as far as the Titans on their O line. I personally haven't heard anything. Um, Obviously, like the Patriots have been the most active one. I think as far as winners, I said I think the Rams hit a slam home run with that Devontae Adams pickup. That was one of the ones that I did not see coming. I love the DJ Reed to the Lions. I love that one. Patriots, obviously, they're really. I really like what the Bears are doing with that offensive line. I really do like that. So I can see them having a high grade as far as free agency. Um, Panthers, I like them solidifying, keeping some of their guys. J.C. Horn, I like that. Obviously, he's one of the more better cornerbacks in our league. I like that.
What you think about Darius Slay going to the Steelers?
Um, I'm not mad. I thought he would have went to the Lions, but I'm assuming with the DJ Reed thing, that kind of maybe a fell through. So him going to the Steelers, I'm not mad at it. It keeps him in the Pennsylvania area where he's been at for the majority of his career, um, part of his career. But I'm not mad. It helps him with that back end of that defense. Um, I think he fits with the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I'm not mad at it. I'm assuming this will probably be his last year anyway. So I would figure he'll pick like a better team to try to give him a better chance to win a Super Bowl. I think that's
Hmm.
probably the most surprising thing, but he's gonna go where I feel like he feels more comfortable at. So
For sure, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk about Stephen A. Smith, man.
hmm
My man Stephen A. Smith signed. Was it a 4 year or 3 year?
4 year.
4 year, $100 million deal. He is stamped as the face of ESPN pretty much now. Uh,
hmm
I know they have been working on this deal. He talked about it a little bit. How it was kind of rough there for a little bit, but they finally got it done. So, do you think it's too much? Do you think he deserved it? What's your thoughts?
Obviously, he deserves it. What I mean, his face is all over ESPN. I'm not surprised by this deal. Obviously, it just means we're gonna get more Stephen A. Smith sprinkled all over. I even saw a report where he's gonna start, being on NFL Monday Night Football a lot more because of this deal. Um, I think this could be his last big deal because I eventually think he's going to get into politics. I think that's just writing on the wall as we speak. He keeps talking about submitting himself into politics. So I think this deal matches up with the timeline for that,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't be surprised if he puts his hat into the presidency, the next time. So as far as like him and LeBron, I see that question. Look, man, I respect what LeBron did. Could there have been a better way to handle that situation out of the public eye? Absolutely, but I'm not mad. I mean, he's protecting his son. At the same time, I understand people's opinions that you put your son in this position, so he needs to just accept the fact that he's gonna get this treatment, and I agree to that too. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he is in the public eye. He's gonna get criticized like any other basketball player that's put in the spotlight. So I think LeBron needs to understand that. But at the same time, I get it. He's a dad. He's always going to defend his son. I think any parent would be the same. You know what I mean? I'm not a parent, but Chris can probably speak on that better than me for sure. you're going to protect your kids at all costs, and I get that as well. You know what I mean? But and LeBron needs to face up that he put his son in this position. Well, rightfully so. Any father will put their son in the best position that he can to succeed. So I understand both sides. I just think I wish they could have handled it in a better situation, more in a private situation. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think both of those gentlemen were well in their rights to believe what they wanted to believe and say what they wanted to say to each other, and hopefully they can move on. But Stephen A. Smith, congratulations on the deal, bro. You know what I mean? I know Molly's excited. I know the nephew's excited. You know what I mean? His money too. You know what I mean? So he's balling as well, man. So congratulations to him, man. He definitely deserves it for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Hey, man, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. Love him or hate him, he he moves the needle some way or another. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If you love him, then he moves the needle for you because he gives you that entertainment. If you don't like him, it's because you think he's some of the hot takes that he has to say, you may not agree with him, and I tend to not to agree a lot with Stephen A. Smith, but I understand what he brings to the TV, and I also respect him because Stephen A. has brought more black people to the forefront on ESPN more than ever before. Um, Usually, it's a mixed bag, and there's nothing wrong with having a mixed bag, but we wouldn't see the Monica McNutts as much, or the Kendrick Perkins, or Ryan Clark's of the world, guys like that. He brings a lot more color to the TV. So shout out to Stephen A. Smith. It'd be interesting to see how much more they use him, how much more they stretch him, and stretch him across the platforms or whatever. But we'll see on that. But shout out to Stephen A. Smith. As far as the LeBron James thing, look, I get where LeBron is coming from. You don't want nobody speaking ill on your children. You know what I'm saying? I have two sons, so I get it. But at the end of the day, when you are a polarizing figure like LeBron James, and and your son, you put him in that limelight, and it's a big deal that you are the first father and son to play together uh, in this type of setting. The top player. It's not like you're just some regular player playing with your son. You are the man,
Yeah.
and consider wide worldwide. Arguably the greatest player of all time. And you bring your son in, who, unfortunately, his college career didn't go like we thought it was going to go, unfortunately, because of health issues. Me and you have spoke on this. We thought that Bronny probably should have went back one more year, whether it be with USC or transfer to another school. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
he wanted his son, because I get it. LeBron don't know how long he's got left in the I mean in the NBA, but and so he wanted his son to come right now. And to all, he deserves whatever he wants. He's put a lot into this game, and he's still giving back to the game. So I wasn't mad for him and his son to get signed to the Lakers and play with him. But with that, the criticism was going to come. It's not just Stephen A. Smith. There's other people that criticize him, and I've seen a lot worse from what Stephen A. has said. Stephen A. has kept it to the game. I've seen
Yeah.
guys go over and beyond the game and talk trash about Bronny and all this other stuff. So I think Mad Dog Russo did more words talking about Bronny than Stephen A. Smith, but I get it. Um, they expect that from Mad Dog. They don't want to hear that from Stephen A. Smith. They was already mad at Stephen A. because he said Michael Jordan was better than him. So uh, and
So I
put
don't
him.
get.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Like, why are you mad because people think MJ is better than you? Like, cut it out. Um, so, and it might be some other underlining things. We'll never get to the real brass tacks of why him and Stephen A. have this be. I don't think it's just. I think it's much more than just him talking about his son. It's got to be some other underlining things that have happened. Behind the scenes that we haven't seen. So, but hopefully they get that resolved. They can move on, and even either they have a sit down, or they just don't talk to each other no more. But
Yeah.
hopefully they move on, and we can get past all of this. But shout out to Stephen A. Man for getting his deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Do the NBA top 10 power rankings.
Yeah, yeah. You want me to go first, or?
Yeah, you go.
All right, man. So I'll start at number one. I have the Oklahoma City Thunder at number one. I think that's easy. I think they've been the best team in the league all year. SGA, Jalen Williams, amazing. You know, we saw what they did to the Nuggets yesterday. Very dominant performance. Big matchup on Wednesday. They played the Boston Celtics in Boston, so should look forward to seeing that. Boston's playing at a high caliber. We saw that on Sunday against my Lakers. So they're number one. Number two, I got the Cavs, man. They've been playing amazing, amazing ball. I think, you know, I mean, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, all those guys have been playing really, really good. Defensively, offensively, they match up really well against the Celtics and the Thunder too. Played against great games. We saw the Cavs come back against the Celtics a couple weeks ago. So they're my number two team. Celtics number three. I think it's very easy. Celtics are the defending champs. You know, they're a very deep team. Obviously, they've been banged up with a couple injuries, but you know they're getting healthy. Number four, I got my Lakers. Even though minus the loss against the Celtics, they've been playing some really good ball. The combination between LeBron and Luka has been really, really good. Obviously, LeBron is dealing with a not calf, but a groin injury. So we'll see if he's able to come back. I know they got him on 1 to 2 weeks. Hopefully, it's no longer than 2, but we'll see. Number five, I got the Warriors. Man, Warriors have been playing outstanding ball with Jimmy Butler. Steph seems very inspired. It seems like everybody is fitting in what they got going on. Everybody's back in their place that they need to be as far as the rotations, looking really good. Number six, I got the Nuggets. Tough loss against the Oklahoma City Thunder, but I got the Nuggets six. Obviously, with Jokic and Jamal Murray, you can never doubt them. Big break though with them with Aaron Gordon. He's out with a calf injury. This is another one. I think it's either second or third time this year that he's dealing with a calf injury. So this past time he missed about close to 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll see how long he's going to be out with that one. That's something to really monitor out with the Nuggets. Number seven, I got the Timberwolves. Man, they've been playing really good these last couple weeks. Anthony Edwards is getting hot at the right time. This team is getting healthy at the right time as well with DiVincenzo and Julius Randle back. So we got to look out for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they climbed into the top five here pretty soon. Number eight, I got the Grizzlies playing really good. Obviously, they're missing Jaren Jackson, so we got to watch out for that. Hopefully, he's not out for too long, but I can expect Ja Morant to try to keep them up going while he's out. Number nine, I got the Knicks. Another injury blow with them with Jalen Brunson. He's going to be out for at least 2 weeks with that nasty ankle injury that he suffered against the Lakers last week. So they got to find a way to stay afloat, man. They haven't been playing really good, especially against the better teams, but they got to have to figure it out. And then number 10, I got the Rockets playing really good, playing some really good basketball. Another injury concern, Amen Thompson. He's out with an ankle injury for another about 2 weeks, so that's something you need to look out. Honorable mentions, the Detroit Pistons are playing some really, really great ball. If you haven't watched them, give them a shot. Kay Cunningham, he's been playing amazing. And then the Bucks, you know, tough loss against the Cavs, but it is against the Cavs. But you can never sleep on Giannis and Dame as well.
For sure. Number one, I got the OKC Thunder. You know, what's understood don't need to be said about OKC. Um, Number two, I got the Cavs. I think they're the best right now coming out of the East. They've been balling real, real good right now. So
Mm-hmm.
I got the Cavs. Celtics, I got them at three. They've been balling too. They put a number on your Lakers the other day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got to put them up there. But I'm putting your Lakers at four because you guys have been balling. Now, the LeBron James injury, you know, kind of put a little hamper in your momentum a little bit. But,
Yeah.
you know, you guys are still balling. Number five, I got Denver. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to roll with the Nuggies. I think they've been playing really good ball lately. Number six, I'm with you. I like Minnesota. I think my man Ant Edwards has been balling lately. He's been playing really, really good lately. And Minnesota is, you know, they making that run to try to, you know, make that playoff run. Number seven, the Warriors have been playing really good ball. The Steph Curry and Jimmy Buckets tandem has been better than what I ever thought it was going to be. They've been gelling really well, so I got to give them some love. Uh, Number eight, I'm gonna go with the Rockets. I know they had that injury to oh boy, but I'm gonna go with the Rockets. I still think they're pretty good. Number nine, I went with the Bucks. I got them at number nine. You know, I think they're pretty good coming out of the East. And then number 10, I got the Knicks.
Okay. I like that list. Not bad. Not bad.
Uh, hey. All right, man. Let's do our bet US Surefire picks.
Let's do it.
man. What you got?
So for tonight, I got the Hornets +9 against the Heat. I like that number. I know the Hornets are one of the worst teams in the league, but +9 against the Heat. The Heat haven't been playing well ever since that Jimmy Butler trade. I actually like that. I don't expect them to win, but I do expect them to cover that. The Suns +4 against the Grizzlies. Again, I think the Suns, they've been going through their turmoil as well. But Jaren Jackson is out, and then the Suns have been playing better ball. Kevin Durant still Kevin Durant. Devin Booker still Devin Booker. They're actually playing better ball. They beat the Mavericks, depleted Mavericks, but they beat them. So I got the Suns +4, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won this game. And then I got the Kings +3. I think they're definitely going to win this game, especially with Jalen Brunson out, their main source of points. You got Zach LaVine, you got all those guys over there, DeMar DeRozan. I expect the Kings to win and cover that as well. So that is my 3 for BetUS today.
I'm gonna roll with your Lakers -5.5 over the Nets. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take the -4 Memphis Grizzlies over the Suns.
Okay.
And I'm actually gonna take the +4.5 Orlando Magic against the Rockets.
Not bad.
So, if you go to any of our social media platforms, you'll see the BetUS link. Click on it. You'll get to their website. This is first time users only. You sign up, you put in the promo code JOIN125, you get 125% signing bonus plus 10% gamblers insurance because they got other things on the website. Once you sign up, you get 3 risk-free bets on your first 3 deposits, minimum $100 up to $5,000. That means that if you on your first 3 deposits of $100, if you lose on your bets, you keep your money. So you can win some money, or if you lose your first 3 bets, you keep your money. So all in all, you're still keeping your money. You know what I'm saying? Either increasing it or keeping it. So go over there, sign up, tell them Cris and Mal sent you. And that'll do it for our BetUS Short Fry Picks. Let's go ahead and do our NFL offseason outlook. We'll do the AFC East, Bills and Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we'll start with the Bills. Seeing that it's free agency, they signed Khalil Shakur. They just signed Josh Palmer. They re-signed Greg Russo. They re-signed what's his name? Bernard Terrell, I think his name is, a linebacker. So they're bringing back a few pieces back. I think they need to focus on that defense, especially in that secondary. They need to get the good corner work. Whether it be draft, free agency, they need to be in there for a good corner. They need to upgrade on their linebackers too, and they need another pass rusher. They need somebody who can affect the quarterback, whether it be Mahomes, Burrows, Lamar Jackson, whoever they facing. They need to get a threat on that edge or in the middle that can affect the quarterback from throwing the football. So they definitely need that on offense. I just think they need a guy that I don't care if he's getting double teamed, he's getting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to have that years ago with Stephon Diggs, but that didn't work out. So they need another guy. Now I don't know, maybe Khalil Shakur steps up another year, maybe Keon Coleman becomes that guy next year, his second year out of his rookie year, maybe that. But I do think they need to look into getting a guy over there. I don't know, or maybe they sign a Cooper Kupp or somebody like that if he gets cut. But they need a guy that Josh Allen trusts, in those crucial moments. You can't continuously rely on Josh Allen to run the football or whatever. You got to get him some guys over there that can step up when he needs it. So, yeah, that's my take on the Buffalo Bills. I just think they need an upgrade on the wide receivers. I think they need defense. They need a pass rusher that can affect the pass rusher, and they need help on that back end.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they definitely need help on that back end. I think that was kind of like one of their flaws, especially at that in that Chiefs game.
Mhm.
Um, I think they also need help on that D line a little bit. Obviously, you lose Von Miller. I think he was a key piece. I think you need to also look at that, maybe whether it's draft or even free agency. I think that's another look. As far as the receivers go, I don't think it's as pressing for me. Like, I love Khalil Shakir. I think Keon Coleman, another year with Keon Coleman, I think he showed that he can be a really good receiver, one of the go-tos. I like their tight end situation. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they consider maybe trading one of those guys, because I think you need to solidify who's going to be your number one going into next year. As far as like the tight end situation, I think it's the same situation that the Raiders kind of are going through with Mayers and Brock Bowers. Like, yeah, it's good to have two great tight ends, but we all know who the elite tight ends is in that situation with Brock Bowers. So I think trading Michael Mayer for maybe like a third or maybe a fourth round pick, I think that could also
Ooh.
help as well. With the Bills, and then obviously, it's a good look that they paid Josh Allen. I know that contract looks very, very massive, but you got to pay James Cook. You got to start figuring out all those kind of situations right there. So you pay him. If you want to add another receiver to that situation, I'm not mad. Obviously, you can always add more receiving talent to this Josh Allen offense. It always looks good. You got to kind of you got to find a way to. I know they like to use Josh Allen QB sneaks a lot, but they got to. To me personally, the older he gets, I think they got to kind of peel that back a little bit more, because you don't want him to be in those situations where he's like kind of like a Ben Roethlisberger, where he's just consistently getting hurt because he keeps putting his body in harm's way. I don't think you want that, especially on this contract. I think that's something that they're going to need to really look into. Use it in sparing ways, use it in more important ways, more important games, more important downs. Not use it as much as they did. You got a talent like James Cook, use him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got those running backs back there that are really excellent running backs. Use them. You know what I mean? That's what they're there for. Use Josh Allen when you need to use him in big games, playoff games, Super Bowls. Save his body. I think that's the more important thing. But yeah, get help on the back end. I'm surprised, I know their cap space isn't as much as other teams, but I'm surprised I haven't heard anything as far as like, them getting, safety help or cornerback help. It's still a long way to go with free agency. It just started technically, but that's just something to look out for them. But overall, man, the Bills, they're going to be the favorites in the AFC East for the foreseeable future as long as Josh Allen remains healthy. And the talent that they have on the offensive side is definitely top tier. They definitely have one of the top 5, 6 best offenses in the NFL currently right now. So they should be all right.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that he got a new deal yesterday too. I think it's what it was 6 years, 330 million, 220 guaranteed. So
Oh, damn,
shout
we
out
got
to
Jeremy
Jack.
Chin. All right, cool.
Yeah, I was just about to
I
talk
like
about
that.
that.
I like that.
Jeremy Chin gets signed 2 years, 16 million. Says over 75% of the deal is guaranteed. Another big deal is the Texans are trading left tackle Larmy Tunsil to the Commanders.
Mm, wow,
So there
that
you
hurt.
go.
That I get it. But then I'm like, the Texans need O line help like bad. So maybe they're just going to use all those picks for O linemen. You know what I mean? But I've been hearing stuff about this draft where the O line is not as deep as people been thinking. So
No, it's not. It's
I
not.
don't know, man. Unless if they have like another offensive lineman that they're maybe gearing up to try to trade for, or maybe pick up. I don't know. Maybe it's a high. Maybe they're going to use all these picks to try to trade up and maybe get one of those top tier offensive linemen. But I don't know. I don't know. But it's a good look for the commander. Yo, commanders are going in. You know what I mean? They're going in. Like, at this rate, bro. I know the Eagles are the champions, but you got to consider the Commanders as far as equals with the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to kind of consider that. Like, I assume we're going to get a motivated Debo Samuel. Terry McLaurin, we all know what Terry McLaurin is. I like Brian Robinson Jr. I think they need to upgrade with Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler's getting a little old for me in the tooth. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they get a running back in the draft. Like, let's say they were to get one of those Ohio State kids in the draft in like the second round. I think that would be hot. Or maybe they get Froggy and try to get Omarion Hampton or something. You know what I mean? I don't know if he drops to them in the first round. I don't know. So that's something to look out for too. I think the Commanders are easily trying to go all in because they definitely see the opportunity with Jaden Daniels while he's on his rookie contract. So
Yeah, they gave up a second, third, and fourth round picks.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, let's talk about the Miami Dolphins, man. Now as far as the Dolphins go, look, they signed Tua to that contract, so they need to figure out ways to keep Tua healthy and upright, and they need to figure it out quick, fast, in a hurry. So I don't know if they need more help on that offensive line, maybe in the middle, especially guards play. I know they got Terry on Arnold on the left side. His problem is he can't stay healthy. He had that problem with the Saints, and he still has that problem with the Dolphins. So I don't know if they need to upgrade at left tackle, but offensive line is an issue, and that's why he continuously ends up on the IR at
Yeah.
the end of the season. So they got to figure out a way to keep him upright. They got to figure out the Tyreek Hill situation. Is he staying or can you get something for him? You can get something for him, bump it. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. There's so many wide receivers in these drafts that you can pick up, bump it. Go trade them for maybe you can get a first round pick. If you can't, at least get a second round pick for dude,
Yeah.
and or accumulation of picks for him, and trade him away to somewhere else where you think he could be healthy, maybe he could win or whatever. But still, you need to figure that out. As far as the defense go, I did like what I see in Chop Robinson. I think you got a nice pass rusher right there, young pass rusher coming in right there. Now they got to figure out what they're going to do on the back end because they lost Devon Holland, and he's going to be highly touted safety coming off this board probably pretty within the next day or two. I'm surprised he hasn't got signed yet. He's probably trying to get the best deal, but he's probably going to be the highest paid safety. So that's something that they're going to have to fix in the draft. They're going to have to fix their whole defense pretty much.
Yeah. Hmm.
They're going to have to get better on the D line, linebackers, and the back end. Like they got to get better. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Offensively, I'm not too much worried about them. Now, they score points when two is healthy and upright. It's just defensively, can you stop anybody? Jalen Ramsey ain't getting no younger. Like
Hmm.
he's getting older. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna have to get another corner on the other side of him that can kind of be that heir apparent to him. So when he's good, when he's done, he can step in and be the number one corner. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get depth too. So um, they're definitely gonna have I think this draft should be focused on defense, defense, and defense. Maybe get a wide receiver if you let go of Tyreek Hill, but defense, defense, defense should be the name of this game for the Miami Dolphins because, yeah, they got to get tougher. That's what it is. They need to get tougher. That's their problems. They look soft. They get in cold weather. They get beat up. They don't look like they want to be out there. Yeah, you get them in the sun and it's nice and sunny. Yeah, they can score 40 or 50 points on you. But you get them in a little bit of cold weather. It can be 60, 30, 40 degrees, and they look like they can't manage out there. So they need to get tougher, especially on defense. Get some dogs out there that want to go out there and just hit somebody. So that's my assessment on the Dolphins.
No, I agree with you with everything you kind of said. Like, I think at the end of the day, they do definitely need to get tougher. Offensive line should definitely be key.
Mhm.
Obviously, your sales ride onto it at this point. Would I consider trading Tyreek Hill? Honestly, would just with a lot of the holes that they do have, I would strongly consider it. You probably can get a decent haul. You're not going to get the haul that you gave up to the Chiefs for, but I think you can I think you can get some of that back. I think they need a big running back. I think I know I talk shit about him, but I think they should be in the Najee Harris sweepstakes. I think they should be in the Nick Chubb sweepstakes because I love Devon Achane. He is a great running back, but he does consistently get hurt. And then I think his style of play affects him in the cold weather. So if you can get a Nick Chubb or you can get a Najee Harris that can, definitely help with the goal line situations, I think that would be a big key for that. I agree with you. They're losing a lot of pieces on that defensive side, especially on that back end. They're definitely going to need to focus on that. If not in free agency, definitely in the draft. There are some talented young corners and safeties that are available. They should definitely be looking into that. Maybe you can use Tyreek Hill to maybe get you, you know, um, maybe see you can try to get another first round pick or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what teams would be willing to give up for Tyreek Hill in this potential in this moment in time, especially with the contract and all that. I don't know what the figures are right now with him, but it's something to look into. This team is not a win. This is not a Super Bowl contending team to me. Um, you got Tua for a couple more years, and then I think they're going to be a team, in 2-3 years that are going to need to look for another quarterback. I think they should have already did that. Like, I love Tua. I'm happy that he got his money, but those head injuries, um, they're always going to be with him for the rest of his career, and that's going to be the number one thing you got to protect. Because honestly, one more concussion could really end his whole entire career. Then what now? You know what I mean? You're kind of just stuck. You know what I mean? So, Dolphins have a lot of answers. This is a big year for Mike McDonald. Very, very big year for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the hot seat. I would expect them to be like, yo, you need to get us to at least to the playoffs this year. If not, I wouldn't be surprised to see him fired. So not that you want to see that, but it's just the reality of the situation. So, Dolphins, if I had a place, you would probably think they're definitely behind the Bills. You would probably say they're definitely behind the Patriots now. The Jets, I don't know. I think that's kind of like a toss-up. I think them and the Jets are kind of like in the same spot right now. They have talent on that team, but can you trust their quarterbacks in pivotal moments? Now that, the Jets got Justin Fields, they do have some offensive talent, Garrett Wilson, Tyreek Hill, stuff like that. But overall, can you trust those quarterbacks when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, when it gets close to playoff time? Can they win the close games? Can they hit the game-winning drives? I don't know. So we got to wait and see with that.
Yeah, for sure. They gotta get tougher. That's all I gotta say about the Dolphins, man.
Mm.
All right, man. Do we have any NBA news?
Um, I was gonna go over some stuff, but we don't have to go over that. We can work on that Wednesday. It's just pretty much just going over, the Lakers winning streak, Warriors, the battle for the MVP, stuff like that. But
I
we don't
mean,
have
if
to
you
get.
want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it. It's up to you. I'm down. I'm always down to talk some NBA news.
Go
I know
ahead,
you're
man.
a little iffy at times. I know you're a
No,
little
go
iffy.
ahead, man. Go ahead, man. I want you to be happy, man. I want you to
Um,
be NBA.
brother, I'm always happy. I went through my acupuncture, so I'm very, very relaxed. It just happens to me every time, bro. So don't mind me. I'm extremely happy right now. But let's get to it. Quick NBA news, nothing crazy. We're gearing up. It's getting close to the playoff time. So I want to talk to my boy. I want to get his kind of mindset and what's going on in the NBA right now. Lakers 8-1 the last 9 games against the Celtics. I'm not sure if you got to see any part of that game. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks with the groin injury. He's supposed to be reevaluated today or tomorrow to kind of see the extent of it. LeBron James did talk about it in his press conference that he didn't hear a pop like he did in Christmas back in like 2019, 2020, where I think he missed like 17 games. So it shouldn't be that serious. But, the Lakers 8-1. You got the Warriors 11-1, since Jimmy Butler. They're currently in the sixth. Lakers currently in second. Which team do you have more confidence in currently right now, Chris Style? Do you have more confidence in the Lakers or the Warriors going into the playoffs?
Shoot, this is kind of different. I'm gonna go with the Lakers. Um, they got big wins. They got a big win over OKC. Didn't they beat OKC not too long ago? Um,
Um, it might have been earlier in the year, but I know we beat the Celtics. We blew out the Celtics. We beat the Knicks. We beat the Nuggets. We beat the Timberwolves. Um,
I thought y'all beat OKC when y'all had a little.
it might. It was. I think it was a minute ago. It might have been like a minute ago, but
Oh.
we haven't played them recently.
No, okay. Well, anyway, I think you guys have been playing against stronger teams. Um, no shot to the Warriors. But I just think you guys look like you guys are prime and ready to possibly be championship contenders. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I don't think the Warriors are champion. I think they're playoff contenders. I don't think they're championship contenders. I mean, I know it's hard to say with Steph Curry on the team, but and Jimmy Buckets can give you, provide that other thing that maybe they were missing.
Mhm.
But I just think the Lakers are, primed and ready. I think that the LeBron injury, you know what I'm saying? We'll see how that looks. You know what I'm saying? It is good news that he didn't hear pop. So it's not, I don't think it's as serious as people was possibly thinking. But, if he does come back in time, ready for the playoffs, I think you guys will be more primed and ready to make a run.
No, I agree with you. I do like what the Warriors have got going on. Obviously, you can never underestimate Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and Jimmy
Hmm.
Butler. they've seemed to fit seamlessly. And then
Hmm.
obviously they're supposed to get Jonathan Kaminga back too, so that would be a big piece as well. But I just think Luka and LeBron, that's just a different tier of tandem. You could easily say they could easily be the best tandem in the NBA currently right now. I know a lot of people probably say Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but if you're not picking LeBron. You're not picking Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown over Luka and LeBron. I get it. Boston is the better team, but just duo wise, you got to pick Luka and LeBron. But looking at these next couple games, we got Brooklyn tonight. We got your Bucks on Thursday. Then we got Friday. We got the Denver Nuggets. We got Phoenix, who's been playing a little bit better. San Antonio, Denver again. Then your Milwaukee Bucks again. It's really going to be a test, to see if we can, hang in with the number 2 seed. Those games against the Nuggets are going to be really, really big games. If we can sweep those, I think we can easily get that number 2 seed. If we could just stay in the second, 2 or 3rd seed, I'm not mad. Obviously, you want to kind of stay away from the Oklahoma City Thunder as much as possible. To at least the Western Conference playoffs. So I think if we could just, stay 500, maybe a little bit above 500 while, LeBron is gone, I think we'll be okay. But overall, man, I think this is setting up to be one of the better NBA playoffs we've had. You know what I mean? You got the young talent, with, the Thunder, the Rockets, the Grizzlies. And then you got the old heads still being viable. You still got, you got the Phoenix Suns that look like they're, due to the Dallas Mavericks situation, you know what I mean? They're going to have a chance to make the playoffs. You got Steph playing really well, and then you got LeBron and Lucas. So, you're going to get the best of every aspect in the playoffs, especially in the West Side. So, should be really good. In other news, the Cavs 54-10. You know what I mean? Celtics 46-18. My question to you is, do you think the Cavs are ready to take the throne over the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals right now?
I do. I think that they have been playing their best ball this season. I know they played really well last year, but I think they've taken that next step up this year, where they look like a championship caliber team. They look like a real threat coming out of the East. So yeah, I think they could possibly take that throne from the Celtics for sure.
I agree with you. I think they match up really well. I think the addition of DeAndre Hunter from the Hawks definitely solidifies their their bench going against the Boston Celtics. Obviously, I think the big key matchup, if they do play, which I assume they will play in the Eastern Conference Finals, I think will be that Evan Mobley Kristaps Porzingis matchup. I think that's going to be one of the key matchups going into that playoff series whenever it does happen. And I think whoever wins that battle, I think that's going to be the team that ends up winning that series. And then final in NBA news, you got the SGA versus Jokic MVP race. SGA this weekend, 3rd year in a row, we're scoring 30 plus points 30 times in the season. And then obviously we saw that big Jokic game where he had 30-20-20. He had the 30-20-20 game. Currently right now, who do you currently have winning the MVP race right now?
SGA, SGA.
I agree with you.
Shout out to Jokic, but yeah, SGA. He's been more consistent this year.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I think it's SGA's MVP title to lose. I think he willfully deserves that. Jokic, we can't undermine what he's been doing. He's, you got some people on the timeline that thinks that he's top 10 all time. You know what I mean? So that's another question that I think that's another, question we can go towards to at a later date. But I think it's definitely SGA's. But yeah, that's the new NBA news I got for today.
For sure. All right, man. So, in the heart of the draft coming up soon, I figured we do a first round mock draft today. So, we kind of talked about how we were going to do it. So, I just think we're going to do all the teams first round, and we'll just, we'll have a conversation. I like how they have in the war room on how we feel we want to pick, and we'll agree on a pick for each team. We ain't gonna do no trades or nothing like that. We're just gonna do all picks.
For sure. I'm with it.
So let me pull this up. We're gonna do all In the middle. All right. So let's go ahead and start. All right. Tennessee is on the clock. Who we picking? We got Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Terrion McMillan, Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, Will Campbell, Jadu Barrett, Tyler Warren, Malik Starks. Where are we going? We go quarterback. We go defense.
I think this situation is kind of tough. I think obviously, they did get Will Levis. He did not perform. I know you despise him. Um, so you would assume maybe Cam Ward would be in this position, but for me, I'm gonna take Abdul Carter. I think Abdul Carter is probably it's either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter for me. I think those are the two consensus best players in this draft. But I'm gonna go with Abdul Carter. I just think that he would fit with this Tennessee Titans and what they have and what they need. So I'm gonna go personally go with Abdul Carter.
I'm gonna agree with you. I think that they end up signing a Russell Wilson type, maybe even Russell Wilson to come to Tennessee and
Mm-hmm.
compete with Will Levis,
Mm-hmm.
and just be a stopgap. And maybe they draft a guy in the second round. So
Yeah,
uh, I'm gonna go with Abdul Carter too,
yeah, I could see this being a Jackson Dart team.
possibly. Cleveland Browns are on the clock.
Yeah, me personally, if I had to make this pick, I think I'm gonna pick Cam Ward for this position. I think his arm strength going into that weather. Um, I think, look, if Myles Garrett really wants to win, they must have told him something as far as like what they're going to do in that quarterback situation. Obviously,
Mhm.
with the whole situation with Deshaun Watson, I don't expect Deshaun Watson to ever put on the Cleveland Browns uniform again. I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
Cam Ward. I just think he fits with what the Browns are, the arm talent that he does have. He'll fit with that with any of those weather conditions that they do have out there. I like Cam Ward right here.
I'm mad at that. I will go with Cam Ward too. The New York Giants are on the clock.
Um, Obviously they do need a quarterback. It hurts me to say this, but if we're not going to do any trades, I'm assuming they're going to take. This also depends on what they're going to do in free agency, but I'm gonna say Shador Sanders right here. I think they'll pick Shador. They desperately need a quarterback. If they don't get anybody in free agency, as far as like a Russell Wilson or any type like that, and they don't trade out or nobody trades above them, I think they're taking Shador Sanders.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think they take Shador Sanders too. Number four, Patriots. I know they signed Carlton Davis, but you can't pass on Travis Hunter.
No,
I'm sorry, you
no,
just can't. And
yeah,
and that just makes that quarterback room one of the better cornerback rooms in the league, with Christian Gonzalez, Travis Hunter, and Carlton Davis. So yeah, I think
I
we
agree
both
with you.
agree Travis Hunter,
Yeah,
and you can still play him at wide receiver too. So
I agree with you. I think if you get Travis Hunter at 4, I think that's a steal. That's a steal.
mhm,
Travis Hunter should be a top 2 pick.
yeah. So we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is an interesting pick right here. Do they go another wide receiver to match up with Ryan Thomas Jr., or do they go defense and maybe get a Mason Graham to plug in the middle? Maybe they try to shore up their offensive line with Will Campbell. Maybe they get a Jadu Barron to go along with Tyson Campbell. What are we thinking?
Man, this one's tough. They can go any kind of route right now. Um, I would probably say they'll probably go Mason Graham right here. I think it's either Mason Graham or Jahade Brown. I think would be the two best fits for them. But me personally, if I had to tilt anything, I'm gonna go tilt towards Mason Graham. I think Mason Graham is a hell of a talent, and it will definitely help their defense. Their defense needs all the help that they can get.
I agree. He can go with what's his name? Joshua Allen Pines
Mm-hmm.
and Trayvon Walker. You put him in the middle next to the Walker, and you might got a nice little defensive line there. So we're gonna go with Mason Graham.
Yeah.
Your Las Vegas Raiders. What we doing, man?
This one's tough. I know a lot of people have Ashton Genty right here. I wouldn't be mad at Ashton Genty, especially that we got Geno Smith. So obviously the pressure of getting a quarterback isn't there. I still don't think Geno Smith is our future, but you know, I mean, not a lot of people are too high on this draft. If Shador Sanders doesn't drop here, if Shador Sanders were to drop here, I would probably take Shador Sanders. But we could go any kind of way. Like, I wouldn't mind Will Johnson being right here because we definitely need cornerback help, especially how depleted we are after today. I wouldn't be surprised if they look at that direction. I wouldn't be surprised if they look at like a Jalen Walker or maybe even a Shamar Stewart. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm gonna keep it safe. I'm gonna go with Ashton Genty right here. I think they, you know, try to add more pieces to that offensive side, and I'm gonna go with Ashton Genty. But I really want to take Will Johnson. I really do. Who would you choose for us if you had to?
Personally,
Yeah.
Probably Malik Starks
Or John.
Malachi Starks. That's what I pick for y'all.
Or Barron. I like Barron too. I wouldn't be mad at Barron as well. We can. I think this Raiders pick, it could go either way. I think we could go defense or offense. I think it all depends on free agency and stuff like that. But I honestly, I really don't know. But I think everybody wants Ashton Genty as far as what I hear.
Jets are on the clock now. They just signed Justin Fields, so you would think what you get them more weapons. So I'm going to Tatiana McMillan at this spot right here.
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Tatiana McMillan as well.
The Carolina Panthers are on the board. They just re-signed their all-star corner, but guess what? They need another person on the other side. So I'm going Jadu Barron on this pick.
I'm not mad at Jade Barron. I would go Jade Barron as well, or Will Johnson, one of the two. Either one.
The Saints are on the clock. Look, they just need help.
Yeah.
They need help. Now, they can go offensive line and go with Will Campbell. They can go with a tight end and Tyler Warren. They can go with Malachi Starks to help that back end out, or they can go Jahad Campbell. James Pierce is there too.
If I were them, I would get Will Johnson. I think they need cornerback help. I agree with you. They need all the help that they can get. Knowing them, I could see them getting Tyler Warren or some shit.
Tyler Warren?
I could see them getting Tyler Warren. Let's just put Tyler Warren in there for fun.
Yeah. The Chicago Bears are on the clock. I think they need offensive line help.
Oh, yeah, I think Will Campbell's the answer. If Will Campbell drops to 10, you're just taking Will Campbell.
Yeah.
You might even get – I could honestly see maybe one of the other teams maybe trade up. If they start seeing Will Campbell drop, I wouldn't be surprised if you see somebody try to trade up to, you know, maybe where the Saints are. Maybe the Saints try to get more picks because obviously all the holes that they have, and then, you know, drop down a little bit more for Will Campbell. So I could see that.
The 49ers are on the clock. They just lost to Funga. You could put Malachi Starks there, or –
I would do Jahad Campbell, me personally, because I think that combination of them losing Drake Greenlaw, you add him with Fred Warner. I think that duo linebacker combination is what makes this defense go. I think you add Jahad Campbell there. I think that can help out that defense. I know they're missing a lot of pieces on that back end with Shadarius Ward and Hufanga, but I think you solidify that middle for that defense. I think that's the key. But that's me.
We go Jahad Campbell. The Dallas Cowboys is on the clock. You got Malachi Starks. You got Amin Mimbu to help the offensive line. You got James Pierce Jr. You got Mike Green, Will Johnson, Luther Burden, Kenneth Grant, Josh Simmons, Miko Buka. Got a nice little array of picks.
This screams tackle for me because this screams tackle for me for the Dallas Cowboys. That's just me. Like, name-wise, who would I want if I was a Cowboys fan? James Pierce. I want James Pierce. You pair him up with
Michael Parsons.
Michael Parsons. I think you got solid edge rushers on both sides. So, but I could definitely see tackle. That's just me. Who do you think?
Man, let's do it for fun. James Pierce Jr.
Yeah, James Pierce. All right, for sure.
To the Cowboys, man. Come on, man. Let's do it. Let's get them something excited to be excited about. I'm taking Malachi Starks for the Dolphins.
I agree. I think that's easy.
They're losing. What's her name?
But the tackle though, you do need a tackle for that Dolphins side. You do need
They
tackle.
do, but here's the problem with the tackle. Ahmed Mambu is a guard.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's the problem with this draft. A lot of these dudes are guard. Now Josh Simmons is a tackle. He's a very good. He's actually a really good tackle. The problem is that he had that injury. I think it was to
Yeah.
his pec. So
Mhm.
that's kind of a tough one. Uh, the Colts are on the clock. I'm thinking Will Johnson or Mike Green right here. I think they need help on that defensive side.
Didn't the Colts just lose somebody on their as far as like edge rusher or some shit like that?
Yeah, they just lost. But what's his name? Deo
Yeah.
Abayo. He just signed with somebody
Yeah,
else.
and then they just signed Bynum. I think they didn't say Bynum or something like
Yeah,
that.
Casey Bynum.
Yeah, so
From
I'm gonna go
safety.
with Mike Green. I think Mike Green
Yeah.
right here would be the right fit.
The Falcons are on the clock. I think Will Johnson is the obvious pick to me.
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with they need help on that defensive side.
Yeah.
So
Arizona, they shared up their defensive line. Their offensive line is pretty solid. I would personally take Luther Burden right here to pair up with Marvin Harrison Jr.
yeah, I would say either Luther Burden or I might even take Donovan. To help out that pass rush, and I think they need help on that as well. But I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna agree with you. Let's ride with Luther Burden, man. Let's add him with what they got. I think that'll be explosive offense right there.
Mhm. Once again, Bengals defense, defense, and more defense. I like Kenneth Grant over Donovan. That's just me.
Hey, let's do it, man. Let's go with Kenneth Grant. I like Kenneth Grant. Let's do it.
Seahawks, I'm gonna go offensive line. I think Ahmed Mimbu would be great right here.
I agree with you. Obviously they're missing a lot of pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if they even maybe look at receiver, especially with them trading DK Metcalf. I think that's another position I think they could look at as well.
True.
But let's go with what you got. I'm gonna go with you.
You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they still. I think their offense is fine. They got Chris Godwin back. I think what's your name looked really good. What's the receiver? He played for Washington. He actually looked really good last year, especially to the back end of the season. I
Oh,
forgot his
then De'Ami Brown.
name. De'Ami Brown. No, from the Washington to college. He played with.
Oh,
He played with
Rome
Rome.
Odunze. I mean, not
Yeah,
not Rome.
he
What's my man's name?
because the other one went to New England and then he was here. I
I
forgot
know
his
who
name.
you're talking about. I forgot his name though. I
Yeah,
forgot.
but I think they're good on the offensive side with those running backs, the receivers, tight end. I think they're fine. I think they need edge rush. I think the Donovan Isarak, whatever his name is, I think he would be good at this
Is
spot.
Shamar Stewart still on the table? Did we already pick Shamar Stewart?
No, he's still here.
I would say Shamar Stewart, honestly, right here.
Let's see. He must be an edge. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, he's right
Yeah,
here.
I would probably say Shamar Stewart. Shamar Stewart is like one of those. He's Tyree Wilson without the bad foot. So I wouldn't be mad if they took him.
We can
I
go
could
with
see.
Tyree. We can go with Tyree Wilson. The Broncos are on the clock. I think
I
they
think
need offense.
they need a receiver, bro. I think whatever's out there, whoever's the best wide receiver or tight end.
Amika
But
Buke.
you think Amike?
Or you want to go Matthew Golden?
Sean Payton, who would fit in their offense better?
Either one. I think they're similar players. I think Amika
Yeah,
Buke and Matthew Golden. They both
let's
speed. They both are fast, and they both got a good route tree.
let's just do Amike. Let's do Amike.
hmm I think he fits what
Yeah.
the Broncos do. So,
Mhm.
which brings us to the Steelers. I actually think Matthew Golden would be good at this spot.
They do. Do they need another? Yeah, they need like a really good like slot receiver. They really do.
Just in case the Pickens don't work out, and they trade them.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with you. Even though I know they did trade for DK Metcalf, I still think they need a receiver. Somebody that knows how to run routes. I think they definitely need that. Yeah, I'll go with Matthew. I'll go with Matthew.
Now the Chargers, they need help on the offensive side, but I don't know if you want to draft any of these receivers in the first round.
I low key think this is a great spot for Amarion Hampton. Me personally.
So go to Marion Hampton. I'm not mad at that actually.
Nah, I think Amarion Hampton in this offense would be dynamic.
I
You
would
know what I
hate
mean?
it. I would hate
I
it.
would hate it too, but I think this fits.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Now will Harbaugh do that? I don't know. I don't know. That's
Well, I
pretty
think he
high for a
might.
rookie. He
He
might do
probably
it because
will.
he loves running game. He might.
No, this is wild ball we talking about. Yeah, he gonna do it.
Yeah, maybe.
The Packers. We got offensive. We got some really pretty good offensive linemen sitting right there. Derek Harmon. I like Derek Harmon. He would be good in that middle. Same thing with Darius Alexander, Josh Simmons. You got Colston Loveland, the tight end, Walter Nolan, who's my personal favorite.
Who do you think? Who do you think they should go?
So many directions.
I need cornerback help too.
They do,
Because I'm assuming that I know that they haven't traded him yet, but I'm assuming he's not going to be back.
but I'm not drafting. What's on the board right now? I'm not drafting.
Yeah, I'm not drafting that.
Or do you go edge? Here, let's go to the edge because there's some names in that edge that I like. Yeah, they are. Yeah, you got Michael Williams, Nick Scroden, the Donovan's still there. Like those three right there.
Yeah, I think if Donovan falls to you, I think you take him. I think you gotta take Donovan. Either Donovan or Mikael, but I'm gonna go Donovan.
Go Donovan. Minnesota Vikings are on the clock. What do Minnesota need?
Cornerback. They need cornerback help, but not really anybody there. So I would assume they'll take.
There is a guy that did really good in the draft. We talked about it. He's not a corner, but he's a safety. And what's his name ain't getting no younger.
Nick Amorano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't know these PFF grades, but I think because of his combine, I think he's gonna go in the first.
He's a big boy too, so he can hit. He definitely gives me like Cam Chancellor vibes. Yeah, no, I actually like this especially with them losing a couple of the pieces on the back end. Mm-hmm. I like Nick at this pick. Let's do that.
Yeah, because offensive line. So Simmons or Kelvin Banks.
It just depends on who you like more, honestly. At
both of them are really good.
They're both really good. If you look at both offenses, what offense fits more? Like Josh Simmons, I think they were more of like, especially towards the end of the year, more of like a running team. You know what I mean? Especially with all the big holes that they got. Especially with the running backs.
Kevin Banks Jr. was in more of a pro style offense with Texas because that's what Sarkisian runs, a pro style offense. So I'll probably go Kevin Banks Jr. right here.
Let's do it. I'll rock with you.
Got the Rams on the clock.
Man, they already got everything, dog. Obviously I think cornerback help would be cool. You know what I mean? If one of those guys were to slip, like. I think it would be like honestly that's honestly the only thing they're really missing. But who's left available?
They did trade away one of their interior offensive linemen, so Tyler Booker would probably be a good pick right here.
Yeah, I could see that. You want to try to keep Matthew Stafford upright?
Yeah, he's for sure. He's not really getting in there. Colston Loveland is an interesting pick here too.
You still got Tyler Higbee though. You know what I mean? Like you
do, but
Colston Loveland can't stay healthy. I like Colston Loveland, but he's had injury problems already.
Yeah, I like Trey Amos. He's nice.
Maxwell Harrison's not bad too.
Yeah, he's got
that a little high for him, probably.
That's what I'm saying. These guys are all day 2 picks to me. Like Trey.
Honestly,
Maxwell Halston, Siobhan Rebel,
Yeah.
Marion Porter, Azrael Thomas. Like these are some strong names, but they're all day 2, day 3 picks for me. So
Damn, Packers got Nate Hobbs. Damn.
did they?
Yeah, 48 million. It's a big contract.
Nice.
Well, yeah, we definitely. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. I would not be surprised if they're like, yo, we're getting a quarterback, dog. Yeah, honestly, man, I like the interior alignment. Honestly, when you kind of state that they did, I forgot they did trade. Let's go. Let's go. That.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
get
it's
Tyler
important.
Booker.
I think it's important that they keep him up, especially with the talent that they have on that offensive side, man. If they can keep Matthew Stafford healthy, then this offense is going to be probably the best in the NFL.
The Ravens are on the clock. I think they need help on that defensive line. They need more pressure coming on that defensive line to help out that back end.
They need another receiver too. They need
They
a receiver.
They do. But ain't
it just depends on what you have higher ranked at this particular time, whether it's edge rusher or a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Who
Maybe
would you
they
have?
need help on that offensive line too. Maybe you get a Josh Simmons if he's sitting right there.
He'll probably be the highest graded player left, huh? As far as like out of all those positions. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Let's go with Josh Simmons.
They can still get Cooper Kupp.
You put him on the right side.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions are on the clock. You gotta go defensive line.
Yeah, they need
Michael Williams, Darius Alexander, or Derek Harmon. Walter Nolan's right there too.
I would obviously you would have to look at the tape. To me, it depends on who puts more pressure on the quarterback. Is that Michael Williams? I don't know. Who would you have?
Let's go with Michael Williams. I think he fits what Detroit wants to do. The Washington Commanders. I like Derek Harmon right here. I think he'll be an anchor. Like him and Deron Payne next to each other. Watch out. That. The Buffalo Bills are on the clock. We've all stated that they need defensive line help. I like Darius Alexander right here.
I agree.
Which leads me to the pick that I've been waiting for, baby. Woo! Give me Walter Nolan.
Walter Nolan?
Right next to Chris Jones, baby. I'll be so happy, man. Might have to shut down the pod that day. And the Eagles. Who are they going to pick? Probably going to pick Jalen Walker.
Either Jalen Walker or, honestly, I know I've been hearing stuff about Dallas Goedert maybe being traded. Maybe they go Colston Loveland right here. You know what I mean? It's a possibility.
I ain't going to go Jalen Walker.
Go ahead and give him Jalen Walker. Go ahead and give him Jalen Walker.
We already know what they do.
All right, so what do we have? So this is our first 1.0 mock right here.
Okay. What's going on here?
Packers sure do love them some Raider players, boy, I tell you.
Yeah, they always take it on. Heck, Jesus. Ain't getting no grades. All right, but that's our first round draft. Let me see if I can download it? Probably not. Oh yeah,
I'm mad when you look at it. This seems legit. You know what I mean? Abdul. Obviously, I think there's gonna be trades. Like I wouldn't be surprised if you see a couple people trade up, maybe trade back. I said the Raiders losing so many key defensive players. I don't know if they even go Ashton Genty at this point, but Jahade Barron might be the play right there at this particular time with the cornerback situation. But we do need running back help. Who knows where the Raiders are going to go? Honestly, I think with this free agency, I think it's really showing me more and more likely that I don't think they're going to pick Shedeur Sanders, dog. I think they're going to pick up some other pieces. Even if Shedeur Sanders were the job, I don't think they're going to pick Shedeur.
So Shedeur gets passed out. Where do you think he goes?
The Jets.
You think he goes to the Jets? See them sign him with what's your name?
Do you trust the Jets? I know they probably. I know because obviously there was the saying that that Justin Fields wasn't gonna go to the Steelers unless if they gave him the number one option, if he was the number one quarterback. But I don't know if you're the Jets. How do you pass up on Shador Sanders? Like I'm taking Shador over Justin Fields. Like Justin Fields is just who he is at this point. Because let's say if the Jets, let's say if he does get past the Jets, like. There's really maybe the Saints. I would assume the Saints. Saints aren't passing up on Shador.
Then you know where it really gets interesting.
Dallas Cowboys.
No.
What?
The team before them.
Oh, the 49ers. Yeah, honestly, like you got to start thinking about that though, because I was like, with all the holes that the Raiders have, it's looking more and more likely that I don't think they're gonna, even if Shador Sanders were to fall to, they might still do it. I personally still would do it because I think Shador Sanders is a hell of a talent. But let's say he does get passed, and let's say the Jets pass on him up too. I think I'll be shocked by that. You got the Saints right there. I personally don't see the Saints passing up on Shador Sanders.
I don't need
but you never know with that situation. You just never know. If that situation comes, then yeah, you're going to have the serious question. But you're going to have the serious question with the San Francisco 49ers. Do they even try to trade up? Let's say they try to trade up.
And then let me ask you a question. Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Colts too. I would look at the Colts too.
I was just about to say that.
I think you got to look at the Colts too, and the Cardinals.
Let's say they get to 8. Do the Colts be like?
You got to look at that because Anthony Richardson has not performed well.
Hey man,
I think you got. Huh? Go ahead.
Because the problem with the Cowboys is they just signed Dak to that big ass contract, so you're not starting Shador Sanders.
Maybe somebody might be dumb enough to trade for him. Maybe somebody might be desperate enough to trade for him. Maybe the Saints might be desperate enough to trade for him. You know what I mean? Move up. You know what I mean? Because that would be like if the Dallas Cowboys like, look, we'll trade you Dak right now for that number 9 pick. We'll trade Dak right now for that number 9 pick, and we'll pay some of his contract.
Yeah, that's.
I like the Colts. I think the Colts will be interested. Niners, yeah, you would have to look at that because then, honestly, like you could get out of the Brock Purdy situation. You can get Shador Sanders, and then that'll be another rookie contract that you can start, feeding off of. You know what I mean? If they were to get past the Cowboys and all that, then Seahawks just signed Sam Darnold, so I can't see that. Broncos, nah.
And then there's other teams.
Steelers, maybe the Steelers.
As I said, there's some other teams that could possibly
Vikings too. You know what I mean? Depending on like if they like, I think I would assume they probably would say they like JJ McCarthy more than Shador, but that's the situation. But if Shador Sanders were to drop down to like the 20s, I could see the Raiders probably trade back up to try to get him. I could see that situation. I could definitely see that.
But if the Saints pass up on Shador Sanders, then they're idiots, and then everybody needs to be fired in that organization.
Yeah, but even then, I don't even see the Giants passing up on Shador though, unless Dion just tells him like I don't want him to go there. Then I don't know it could be interesting.
Or it's true what they say about them. They
What?
don't want a black quarterback.
That too. Honestly, that's going to really tell us a lot whether they want a black quarterback to be the head of their team. Because if you pass up on Shador, then you just don't want a black quarterback to head your team. That's why that's why I always said, like, don't be surprised if you hear Jackson Dart's name. I would not be surprised. I think they're going to try to fall in love with him.
The glaze is coming.
They're going to try to fall in love with him. Or they might just say, fucking, and take Travis Hunter. Like, yo, we're not even going to deal with that. Let's just give me Travis Hunter. We have our receiver. We signed Russell Wilson. And, we got our cornerback of the future. We got a receiver of the future. We'll just build off of that. We like our D-line. Just build off of that. If I'm the Giants, maybe I'll go that way if you don't want to put yourself in that limelight if you don't like any of the quarterbacks. And then get ready for next year because there's going to be better slotted quarterbacks next year, supposedly.
Yeah, for sure. That was fun.
No, I'm saying we'll probably do another one. We'll probably do
top of April.
Top of April, yeah.
Top of April. Once free agency goes through and all this stuff.
We'll do it when I get back from vacation. We'll do it. We'll do that following Monday.
Yeah, top of April. I'll post this one on our social media platforms just to put them out there. So.
Oh, we signed Michael Kuntz back. Yes, sir. I like that. Good shit. 12 million, 1 year, $12 million deal. I like that shit. We're saving. We must be saving money for something. We got to be saving money for something. We had almost $100 million in cap space. We got to be saving money for something.
Probably just trying to get dudes back under contract.
They might, I don't know. They may be working on that. They might be working on that T. Higgins shit. It could be possible. Hey man, never know. You never know. We got the cap space for that motherfucker. We got to spend our money, so it's not like we can hold all this money for next year. So they got to spend some. Got to spend like 80% of the available cap that they have. Is that what is that the number?
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, call the Bengals, man. You know you can't afford all three of them motherfuckers. Can't do it.
Oh shit, they talking shit.
Oh.
Bianca Belair and Kofi Kingston.
Oh, like real life?
No, it's because what happened on SmackDown with Naomi admitting that she is the one who beat up Jade Cargill. And she called Bianca Belair an ungrateful bitch.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that stuff.
Kofi puts on the thing. She is ungrateful though. And then Bianca retweeted him and said, "You lucky my man is on SmackDown."
When is John Cena gonna come out?
I don't know, man. Hopefully
He's not coming out
next
tonight.
Friday. Hopefully next Friday. Cause
Oh,
he's a SmackDown guy. So
no, for sure.
I think Roman comes back tonight.
Mm.
All right, man. Got anything else?
Nah, man. I'm mad they got me doing jury duty like 2 days before I'm supposed to go on my flight. I'm bad as shit.
When you got jury duty?
The 24th. So yeah, that Monday's episode might be chalked, my boy.
Tell him you sick, man. Tell him you crazy, man.
I had to check in, so we'll see. Hopefully, obviously, the day before you gotta see what's up. Maybe there's a way, but we'll see. We'll see. It's up in the air on Monday. Maybe I'll get out early enough. We can just do it later.
Yeah, for sure. Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Who's your flowers of the week?
So I only got one. Flowers go to Ice Cube, man. They finally announced last Friday. It's officially signed, sealed, delivered. So I think they're gonna start shooting here soon. I know Mike Epps did an interview saying he signed his, so it's gonna be a lot of the old OGs with some newer comedians. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to see this last edition of Friday in this era, man. Hopefully it ends out with a bang. Obviously, we're gonna miss some of the characters that were on there, like Gazelle, Pops. Some of the actors and comedians that passed away these last couple of years, man. So it's not going to hit the same, but hopefully they can still live up to expectations of it. And I trust Ice Cube. I don't know. Did they get Chris Tucker? I think they got Chris Tucker.
I don't know, Chris, but
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they got Cat Williams. Hopefully they got Chris Tucker. Hopefully they got all those guys, man. To in the great Friday franchise on a high note, man. This is one of the best franchises of all time.
My flowers go to the women's TCU basketball team. Those women are on a 10-game winning streak. They won the Big 12 championship the other day. Haley Van Lake, if y'all don't know who that is, she was on LSU last year. She kind of got ridiculed last year. She didn't play her best, but she has been playing some really good basketball this season. TCU is in position to be a top team in the tournament this year, and hey man, they've been balling, so I'm giving them their flowers, man.
Yeah, shout out to UCLA too. Big comeback win against USC. Big comeback win.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be an interesting women's. There's gonna be an interesting tournament on both sides. My Missouri Tigers are not playing good right now.
Yeah, they start Tuesday tomorrow. The tournament start tomorrow. So my hell no goes to the UFC judges. I went to the UFC 13 fight and I watched the Pereira Ankalev main event. Look, man, I think that decision was terrible, piss poor. I was there. Like, I think you could easily call that a draw. Me personally, I thought Pereira won 3 out of the 2 rounds. But personally, I just think that you can't reward a guy for trying to do takedowns and does nothing. Like, he didn't even take him down once. I get it. He might have a couple more punches that might have landed more cleanly, but at the end of the day, I don't think you reward. I think if you're gonna strip the champion, especially one of your top stars, you're gonna have to do a lot more to strip that gentleman of his belt than that kind of performance. I thought it was a terrible decision. I think it hurts the UFC to a degree. I'm not like Ankalev, shout out to him, he won, but I think it was a bad decision. So I'm gonna give that hell nah to the UFC judges over the weekend.
My hell no goes to Elon Musk and Twitter. X, whatever you want to call it. Because y'all was fucking up today. Got NFL free agency popping off. And I can barely see it in my notifications, man. Because y'all tripping. Y'all was messing up. Can't get no DMs. What's going on with y'all, man?
Say he got hacked. I say he's going through a hack.
Get your shit together, Elon. You the reason why right now we can't go on Twitter right now and do our and stream. Yeah.
Probably would have more viewers today too. Big day.
Asshole.
Nah, yeah. I'm not a fan, but
what's up?
Fix your
Yes,
shit.
Elon. Yeah, Elon. You get hell no of the week. I hope you see it too.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up them Diddy allegation shit, but yeah, I'm gonna wait till the trial starts. But that Drewski Odell shit, came out.
We'll maybe talk about it on Wednesday.
Maybe Wednesday. I don't think it's true. I read some of the inserts. But hey, this is just the start. I think that Diddy stuff is gonna be crazy. It's gonna get talked about a lot.
Yeah, you gonna see. All right, let's give a shout out to Magnet Sports Drink.
Yes, sir. The ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement, whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link, drinkmagnet.com. Also use promo code Cris and Mal to get $5 off your purchase. Again, promo code is Cris and Mal. Save $5, man. Get you some drink, get you some energy for the week, and get ready for St. Patrick's Day. That's coming around the corner, man. So, man.
Also, go to our any of our social media platforms. You can see the printified link to our merch, t-shirts, Cris and Mal podcast t-shirts with the tap in on the back with the QR code, black and white shirts. We also got the Go Tonight shirts coming soon, and we still got the hoodies up for right now. We'll probably be taking them down in a couple of weeks once it start getting a little warmer. And then we got hats coming soon too. So stay tuned, people. But yeah, man, go get our merch, man. And if you want to donate to the Cris and Mal podcast, you could donate to our Cash App at $ Cris and Mal podcast. Whatever you want to donate to us, we will greatly appreciate it. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to your podcast on, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to your podcast on, Cris and Mal podcast is available. Also, if you're first time watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can jump in the lives with us. You can talk about these topics because we want to hear from you. Whether you agree with us or don't agree with us, we want to hear from you. So jump in these lives with us. Give us your opinion. If you're listening on the playback, leave a comment in the comments section of how you feel on some of these topics. Do you agree with our mock draft? Do you like some of our takes on these free agency picks, our NBA power rankings? Do you agree with it? You know what I'm saying? Let us know how you feel. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel.
Yes, sir.
And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, whatever you use to do your social media on, follow us at Cris and Mal. We're just some regular guys. We'll follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. Plus, if you want to give us feedback or some critiques on how we run our show, you can hit us up via our social media platforms. Also, if you have a topic or a question that you want us to bring up on the show, um, and we like said question, we will bring it up on the show. We will shout you out on the show because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So hit us up via email, DM, or our mentions, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, good people. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. We will be back Wednesday to break down all these free agency signings. I think that's the official day when guys can sign their contracts. So we'll be back Wednesday night. We'll talk a little bit of basketball too. We got college tournaments coming up. Uh, March Madness is right around the corner, so we'll probably break more of that down next Monday, right before the tournament starts. But for sure, stay tuned. We got a lot of things to talk about. So
Yes,
until then, enjoy your Monday and your Tuesday. We'll see you Wednesday night. We out.